Welcome to Wildcat Gym. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle, and it's time for Lovington Girls Basketball on the Walmart stations. Lovington Girls Basketball on Lovington YouTube, Lovington Sports YouTube, and HobbsAmerica.com. And we are getting ready to get this one underway in pregame now as the Lovington Lady Cats are hosting Ruidoso this afternoon, Lady Warriors. So we will have that game. Tip-off is scheduled for 5:30. The JV game ended just a few minutes before, so we're not going to be far off the mark here, as it's almost 5:30 now. The JV girls did lose to Ruidoso JV, not by much, less than 10 points, I think, on that score. Was 7.41-34 was the final score on that one, is that right?
Yeah, I do believe that was the final on the JV game. So.
And the the Lovington girls come into this game at 4-9 under head coach Wade Smith. Ruidoso comes in at 1-4 under Troy Schmidt. And the Lovington girls, of course, a younger team rebuilding this year. They have shown much improvement since last season, which was just earlier this year. And they have had really a pretty long schedule so far. When we look at them up against Ruidoso, they've been playing for quite a while this season. Lots of games under their belt. But that's what it's about when you're trying to, build the team and give younger players, a chance to really explore their game against a variety of other challengers. And you want teams that are, maybe not as good. You want some challengers who are right on your level, and you want some above you to be able to learn some lessons and to be able to grow your team and your skills, and that's what Lovington has been all about so far this season.
Well, they certainly have, and it's been kind of a mixed bag for Coach Wade Scott's squad, and that's about what you would expect with a rebuilding team. As you mentioned, of course, their last game on Tuesday night went up to Clovis, had some problems with the Lady Cats. Of course, a 5A Clovis team beat them 60-29, but before that they did win their final game in the Roswell tournament over the holidays as they knocked off 5A Berlin 50-29. So a big feather in their hat after having all kinds of trouble against Roswell and a squeaker against Miyamura in the first round of that tournament, 48-42. So a team that's still growing and still, trying to find themselves, still looking for the options and still looking for the depth, but knocking off Berlin in that tournament, that's a pretty good feather in their hat for early in the season as they continue to tune up for districts.
Sure, you look at those victories as confidence boosters, and of course you look at the losses as opportunities to learn. So we are here at Wildcat Gym with about 9 minutes left on the warm-up clock right now. Both teams out on the floor, still in their warm-up jerseys, by the way. And we've got, since it's a home game, we've got the pep band, the Stray Cats.
The Stray Cats, yes.
And, of course, we have a small crowd so far, but people are coming in all the time. So.
Well, earlier game, too.
Sure.
So
and
as people get off work
true.
and can get over here, yeah.
It's this game. Normally you see the girls' games, especially if they're the only game of the night and the boys are playing elsewhere or not playing at all, then a lot of times the girls will play at 7 or maybe even 6:30. But I think in light of Ruidoso's travel time and going up into the mountains and back, the fact that this is a school night, tomorrow's a school day, then this game was pushed up to 5:30 for start time.
Yeah, and with the weather, the cold
Sure.
front moving through and the mountains, as we know, can be somewhat treacherous, especially if there's snow and ice on the ground. So,
Yeah.
I do applaud both schools for agreeing to play this one a little bit earlier, if for nothing else than safety's sake.
Sure. Let's run down the rosters, and then, of course, we'll set your starting lineup a little bit later. But for our visiting Lady Warriors of Ruidoso, number 1 is Itzel Paraga. Number 10 is Kahari Garcia. Number 11, Ariana Morgan. Number 14, Gabby Portillo. Number 15, Ashley Smith. Number 20, Alex Chavez. Number 21, Cameron Cesares. Number 22, Alexia Suntiveros. Number 23, Arely Ward. Number 24, Rima Spitty. And number 30, Savannah Mendez, under head coach Troy Schmidt. Lovington girls, we have on the roster. She's not actually on the roster, but we're looking at previous rosters. There is not a number 3 listed on the varsity roster, but number 3 may be Jasmine Clark. We'll double check that when the team announcements are made. Number 4, Audrey Alexander. Number 5, Celeste Dominguez. Number 10, Jasmine Cooper. Number 12, Chloe Corral. Number 14, Tiana Thompson. Number 20, Elizabeth Buendia. Number 23, Myra Castro. Number 30, Erlyn Sarcedo. Number 32, Mio Contreras. Number 33, Malaya Castro. Number 42, Katie Bell. And number 44, Jaylyn Aranda. We also have 2 girls whose numbers are not listed, and that's Ashlyn Borunda and Aubrey Aranda.
And we will, of course, check those numbers as they announce everybody. I love these last-minute changes that often happen, especially early in the season. But we'll have everybody sorted out for you by the time this one starts. Of course, great to have you with us tonight. Don't forget, give us a subscription on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. We would certainly appreciate that. And for every 1,000 subscribers, we'll give away $100. So tell your friends and family that, subscribe, and it could win you free money just for watching your Lovington Lady Cats and Cats.
Head coach Wade Scott in charge of the Lovington girls basketball program, and as we get ready for the teams to come off the floor here in just a few minutes, and for the team announcements and the starting lineups, we'll just to continue to tell you about the Lovington girls, the program, and the development. It's been exciting to watch some of the improvements among this team. Certainly, it's more fun to win, and it's more fun to watch your team when they are winning or when they're playing competitively and they're playing a little more consistently and able to put out a more competitive game this season than last season.
Well, it certainly has been. And I know Coach Wade Scott has been working especially on getting the defense that he wants put into place, working on transition, but really working on running a press, kind of like the boys run. And it's really paid off for him in the games we've seen this season as they forced over 30 turnovers in those ball games. Now, they do seem to have a little trouble with more physical, bigger teams. Shouldn't be a big problem tonight with Ruidoso. But again, Coach Scott, with a young team, kind of in rebuilding mode still, and trying to get things like he wanted, like he wants it. He's come down into the high school ranks, was a longtime coach in the Lone Star Conference, Division II. NCAA, was an interim in Division I for Houston for a season. So, he's got the cred, and he's got the credentials and the cred. And, it's just a matter of getting the girls, in the positions that he wants them and needs them, and getting them taught to do things kind of his way.
Improving their individual basketball skills, their basic basketball skills, and their basketball IQ. And I think he's got high hopes for them. And he's been putting them through their paces. I think that they're a little bit better conditioned team. And I see that improvement from them over the summer and starting this season as opposed to last season. And they are able, therefore, to work at a quicker pace. In fact, sometimes I think their heads, their brains get ahead of the bodies sometimes. And so you see in other words, they get a little sloppy at times, and it's only because what they want to do, they're just not quite able to execute. They know where they want to be, they know what they want to do, and they get a little ahead of themselves and maybe lose the dribble or get a little sloppy in terms of their positioning on the court. But again, it's all they're working towards, something positive even at that. So it's if the play is a little sloppy and uneven at times, I think it's not because they don't know what to do, is that their bodies aren't catching up with the brains yet, and they know exactly, and that just comes with time and practice and experience. And I think that if they continue to put their trust in the coach, and Coach Scott continues to work with them, that I think that they'll come along. I think he's definitely looking at younger players. He's going to be losing, a few seniors, only a couple. There are only 2 senior girls on this roster. That's Celeste Dominguez and Jasmine Cooper. So he really is looking with an eye not just toward this season, but developing and building this team for the future as well.
Well, and it is about building for the future. And, you point out that, sometimes their brains and their bodies aren't quite in sync yet. And as you mentioned, of course, that'll come with time. time in practice and really just more experience. They seem to have the defensive things down, and they seem to be working pretty well in the transition game. But a lot of times they are getting ahead and dribbling it off their foot, or their brains are telling them what to do. Their bodies just aren't catching up. They've had quite a few, in the games we've seen, they get a steal, have a fast break opportunity, and throw it away, or dribble it off their foot and go out of bounds and turn it right back over. And again, that's just time and experience. You've got to take advantage of those opportunities as you move through the season.
Really want to see them look at taking care of the basketball tonight. That doesn't mean playing at a slower pace necessarily, just taking a little better care of the basketball, maybe not giving the ball up so easily, and look at the forced turnovers and try to make those baskets that come off of not only transitions but off of turnovers from the other team as well. So, really finishing, and not just getting into a battle of errors and turnovers back and forth. So what we want to do is see them have a plan, execute the plan, and play well tonight. And if they do, then the score should follow.
Well, it certainly should. Ruidoso, and I'm not sure we've got their complete schedule and their complete record, but the most updated one on Max Preps, which is who the NMAA tells everybody to use, is just 1-4. So they've had their issues this season as well. When you get Ruidoso and Lovington together, it's a rivalry game. I think it's dumb that we're not in the same district anymore. That's just my opinion, and we won't even be in the same class next year with the with the redistricting.
Exactly.
But it's a great rivalry game, and so looking forward to seeing what the Lady Cats can do tonight against another team that's young and trying to build in Ruidoso.
And we will take a break now as the teams are going to come out on the floor and be introduced. We're going to use the opportunity to check names, roster numbers, since we know some of them are not correct. And we'll be right back in just a couple of minutes for the tip-off of this one. It's Lovington Girls Basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. And welcome back to Wildcat Gym. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle. It's Lovington girls basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Getting ready for the tip-off. It's the Lady Cats versus the Lady Warriors. And your starters for the Lady Warriors, number 11, Ariana Morgan, 14, Gabby Portillo, 15, Ashley Smith, 21, Cameron Cesares, and 30, Savannah Mendez. For the Lady Cats, number 3, Kyra Olivas, number 5, Celeste Dominguez, number 20, Elizabeth Bendia, number 23, Myra Castro, number 30, Erlyn Salcido. And the tip is up. It's going to go the Lady Warriors' way. Drifting back with that is Morgan across the timeline. Pass underneath the basket to Gabby Portillo, up and in for an easy 2, and the Lady Warriors are in the lead 2-0.
And they just lost Portillo in the back door and took it to the hoop.
And coming down the court, Elizabeth Buendia, pass into the right side, under the bucket to Kyra Olivas, and she gets nailed. It'll be a shooting. It'll be a foul, and they have yet to mark that down. It's number 30, Savannah Mendez. So her first personal foul, and it's going to send Olivas to the line. Up and hits off of the back, and a miss for Olivas. So a chance to get Lovington on the board. Maybe this one will fall through. Second shot is up, and it also misses. Still 2-0, but Lovington with the rebound. Elizabeth Buendia gets that. Buendia with her first rebound, and before she can pass it, she's fouled.
Nice job by Buendia. She got good positioning and went in, as they're going to whistle that foul on Cameron Casares, her first personal, second team foul.
Buendia at the line. Lovington at the line very early in this one. Lots of spin on that and nothing but net. So Buendia with her first point. Chance to even things up here. 2-1 with only less than 30 seconds off of the clock, and the second one goes swish. So we're tied at 2. Ruidoso with the rebound, a quick steal, a turnover. Buendia's got it. She tries to put up a shot, but she's going to be fouled again. Oh, nope, she traveled, sorry. So that's a turnover. The teams trade turnovers. Lady Warriors have it. And that is number 14, Portillo, driving across the timeline and running right into a Wild Lady Cat. Looks like Myra Castro maybe is going to get called for that foul on the floor. So Castro with her first foul. Lady Warriors still with the ball. That is number 14, Portillo, handling on the right. Passes it away, gets it back. Dangerous pass, a bad one. Lovington picks it up, another turnover. Buendia has it. Passes it off. And it's stolen away, stripped away by Portillo. Pretty brazenly just reaches out and strips that away. So Lovington with another turnover. Lady Warriors with the ball, passing around the outside of the arc. Shots up from three-point range and swish. That was that was Morgan. So Morgan with 3 points makes it 5-2. Ruidoso leading. Lady Cats with the ball across the timeline. A pass over on the left side. Back over to three-point range from top of the arc. Won't fall, but with the rebound is Myra Castro. And then the ball is turned over. So stripped away. Third turnover for Lovington. Lady Warriors have it. A shot is up. Falls short. There for the rebound is Casares. The putback no good. And then the pass is picked up by Lovington. That is number 3, Olivas, with the ball across the timeline on the right side. She passes it over to Dominguez. Getting worked on hard, almost loses the ball. Doesn't. Passes to Buendia left side. Buendia with a shot up, won't fall. Ruidoso with the rebound. That's Portillo. I believe that's her first rebound. Portillo with it. Passes it over. There's a long three-point attempt from the left side. Won't go. And who's there for the rebound? I believe that's Castro with her second. Pass into Salcido, and she puts it up from the left side just a few feet away. So Lovington now trails by just 1. 5-4 your score. 5:21 left to play in this first quarter. Lady Warriors have the ball. Across the timeline on the right side. Ooh, dangerous pass, almost picked off. And it hits the hands of Ashley Smith over there on the right wing, goes out of bounds, so it'll be Lady Cat basketball. So another turnover by Ruidoso. Lady Cats with a break, and they've got a chance to go ahead here. Inbounding was Dominguez. She gives it off to Castro. Castro across the timeline, right side, drives down top of the key, passes it off. There's a shot from the left side wing, doesn't fall, but Salcido grabs the rebound, and then the ball is taken away with a bad pass. Lovington has got to watch the passing. They have turned over the ball and given it away, but there, coming out of nowhere, Dominguez, good hustle, picking off a pass, but she knocks it out of bounds, so it'll stay Lady Warriors basketball. But good hustle, good attempt to get that ball back. Ruidoso with the ball. It'll be Morgan inbounding in front of the pep band. She passes it off, gets it back, dribbles out, center court, top of the arc, takes a three-point shot and nothing but net as Morgan, her second tray of the game, makes it 8-4. Ruidoso has doubled up Lovington with half the quarter gone. Myra Castro picks up the pace, drives down right side, loses the ball off of her feet. Picking it up is Morgan. That's another turnover for Lovington. And a pass down underneath the basket, and it goes out of bounds. I believe that was probably intended for Portillo down there. Instead, it's a turnover by Ruidoso. Lovington's got it. Dominguez takes that right side, drives in, pulls up, gives it over to Chloe Corral in the game for the first time. Then they get it out to Castro. Castro over to Olivas. Olivas back to Castro. And then they give it to Chloe Corral. She tries a shot from the three-point range right side. Won't fall, but with the rebound, I believe that's Mendez. Ooh, Ruidoso having a little trouble moving the ball down the court from the backcourt. They do manage to get it across. And then there's a three-point shot from left side. Doesn't fall, and that's going to be Castro with the rebound. Her third in this game. She's been working the boards pretty well for the Lovington girls. Takes it down. Left side, bounce pass over to Chloe Corral, working around the outside and now working it across the inside. Castro with a shot from the left, won't fall. Ruidoso with the rebound, grabbing that, I believe was number 21, Casares.
Yes.
Yes. Gets it out to Morgan. Morgan slows the pace down. Gets it to Portillo. Portillo tries a three-point shot from the right side, won't fall. Fight for the ball underneath the basket. It's tipped off and out of bounds, and it's going to be Lady Cat basketball. 8-4 is your score. Ruidoso is leading with 3:11 left to play in this first quarter. Kind of a seesaw back and forth, stutter-start game. Lovington with the ball. Buendia moving it down the court on the right side, gives it over to Dominguez. Dominguez pulls up, bounces out, passes back to Buendia. Buendia all the way across to Audrey Alexander in the game. She puts up a shot, won't go, and with the rebound was Ruidoso. I believe that was Smith, her first rebound of the game. Another, Lovington's been a little bit cold on their shooting, and Ruidoso has not been giving them second looks. Now, there's a miss by Ruidoso and a Lovington rebound. In fact, that's Chloe Corral picking that up, her first rebound. She passes to Buendia on the right wing. When Buendia drives the lane, bounce pass inside to Erlyn Salcido, who tries to put up a shot, but she is smothered by 2 or 3 Lady Warriors. I think they're going to call that one on Ashley Smith. We'll see.
I think they're going to call it on Casares. That'll be her second personal, third team foul.
All right, yes, you're right. 21, Casares. And that is going to send Salcido to the line. Her first trip. Swish. She makes it 3 points in this game. She had the first basket to put Lovington on the board. So 8-5. Lovington really needs to chip away to not fall further behind as they close in on the end of this first quarter. Taking her second shot, up and good. So Salcido with 4 points in the game, 4 of the 5 that Lovington has on the board. 8-6 is your score. 2:25 left to play in this first quarter. Lady Warriors have the ball in the backcourt. That is Morgan moving it slowly. Now picks up the pace right side. Passes it around the outside of the arc. Oh, a nice attempted steal. Again, good hustle by Dominguez, but Ruidoso hangs onto the ball. There's an attempt from the left side, won't fall. Ruidoso with the rebound. I didn't see who got that, but the second, the putback was good by Mendez, and she's got 2 points in the game. Lovington's Buendia bringing the ball down, picking up the pace a little. Alexander passes it. And then there's a shot up from the left side. Buendia, it doesn't fall. Fight for the rebound. Katie Bell's got it, and the putback is good. Was that Bell shooting?
It was.
All right, so Bell's on the board with 2 points with a rebound and a basket. So makes it 10-8. Ruidoso still leading, but you got Paraga with the ball now. Driving across the baseline, passing it, goes out of bounds. I believe they're going to say last touch by Lovington. I think of Dominguez may have gotten a hand on that, either Dominguez or Bell.
Yeah, I believe it was Dominguez.
So it'll be Morgan who inbounds from the left corner. 1:24 left to play in this first quarter. And a shot is up from the left side, 3-point range, no good. Bell fights for the rebound, her second, but it's going to be a jump ball before she can get control of it and go anywhere or pass it off. Ruidoso gets a hand on it, but it'll stay Lovington basketball. Possession arrow goes the way of the Lady Cats. Buendia will take it across the timeline, move over left side, around left arc, trying to pass it over to Audrey Alexander. It's bumped out of bounds by, I believe that was Portillo, so it'll stay Lady Cat basketball, and Buendia will inbound right in front of Ruidoso's bench. So she gets it into Alexander. Alexander pulls up top of the arc, gets it over to Dominguez. Fight for the ball on the ground, and I believe Ruidoso's going to try to steal it away. I think that was number 10, Garcia, but they're going to call a foul and say that she got a hand and not just ball, so it's going to actually be on Chloe Corral. They're going to call that that'll be her first foul. And the ball goes back over to Ruidoso. Morgan takes it across the timeline, left side. Clock is ticking down. Less than a minute to play in this first. As Ruidoso drives in the lane. That's Portillo, puts up a shot. It's short, but the putback is up and good. I didn't see who got that.
It was Ariel Ward, number 23.
All right, thank you.
I'm
2
sorry,
points.
number 21. That was Casares.
Casares, all right. Lovington with the ball. Audrey Alexander now dribbles out. Right side, gives it over to Dominguez. Dominguez back over to Buendia. Buendia drives in the lane, tries to put up a shot. It's short and taken away by Morgan. Morgan passes it off to the right. There's a pass inside in the lane to Casada. She's right there underneath the basket, puts up an easy layup. She's got 6 points in the game now. Makes it 14-8 Ruidoso. Just a few seconds left in this first quarter. Buendia with the ball, gets it to Dominguez. Clock is ticking. Last second shot goes up, no good. And at the end of first quarter, it's 14-8. Ruidoso leading Lovington. We'll be back in 60 seconds with the second quarter here at Lovington Girls Basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Welcome back to Wildcat Gym in Lovington. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle. Time for the second quarter as Ruidoso is ahead of Lovington 14-8 at the end of the first. And we are getting ready for the second. Lovington will inbound the ball at midcourt over on the student side. It looks like Audrey Alexander.
Nope, they changed their mind. It's Ruidoso's ball.
It's Ruidoso's ball. All right, then. There was confusion out there, though. I wasn't the only one who was confused. I'm thinking, wait a minute, Ruidoso's, okay. So Morgan is going to inbound. Gets it over to Paraga, and there's a whistle that sounds, and it's going to be
foul away from the basketball, or, well, they didn't whistle anything.
Nope, it's just going to be, I believe they're going to say, she palmed the ball?
5-second violation, I guess, what they decided. That was an awful late whistle.
Lovington's got it. Buendia passing in. Celeste driving in the right side. Then she passes it back out. Nobody was ready for that. Audrey Alexander was close, but instead it goes out of bounds. So another turnover by Lovington. Ruidoso will have the ball, and now the ref is there a timeout being called? I believe so. Timeout. It's going to be a 60-second timeout, and I believe this is Troy Schmidt who's taking this for Ruidoso. So we'll keep it right here. No, it is Lovington timeout. All right. So Lovington timeout here, 14-8, just really early on. I guess Coach Scott just did not like what he saw.
No, a couple of good things, though, out of that first quarter as the Lovington Lady Cats, they're trailing on the scoreboard 14-8, but they did win the rebounding battle in that first quarter 9-5 over Ruidoso. And when you make rebounds, it gives you extra looks at the basket and it gives you extra possessions. So if they can keep that up and start finding some of their range in the shooting game, be a much better, I think, second, third, fourth quarter for the Lady Cats.
Yeah, their shooting has been a little bit inconsistent, a little cold at times. The turnovers, though, in that first quarter.
7 for us, 4 for them.
All right. That's exactly what I've got. All right, 7:45 left to play this second quarter. Ruidoso with the ball. That is Paraga passing it off into the, at the top of the arc. It was at the top of the key, rather. Smith driving in, trying to get into the lane. Can't find any room. Ends up falling over.
And they called the foul on Chloe Corral, her second personal.
That's, of course, not a shooting foul. So Chloe Corral, but their shot is up after being inbound, and I believe that was Smith. Portillo. All right, couldn't see it, the 4 or 5. Portillo's 14, Smith is 5. So 4 points in the game for Portillo, makes it 16-8 Ruidoso. Lovington with the ball, and that was Buendia working the ball on the left side, dribbling in. She's going to get fouled, a little push foul. They're going to call that
Portillo.
On number 14, Portillo. So her first foul, of course, so not a shooting foul. It's on the floor. Buendia inbounding right in front of the Ruidoso bench. Dominguez gets the pass, sends it back to Buendia. Buendia gets it over to Corral in the right corner. She puts up a shot, won't fall, and grabbing the rebound is Portillo for Ruidoso. She pulls back, lopes across the timeline, gives it off to Morgan on the left side. Morgan passing in to Smith at the top of the key, and then a bad pass in the lane, picked off. Katie Bell with good hands, and Lovington with the ball, but Buendia trying to find some room to move on that right side, kind of gets pushed out of bounds. We'll see. I think they're going to say it's still Lovington basketball. And it'll be Myra Castro coming in as Audrey Alexander goes out. Castro will inbound. Little bounce pass that's picked off by Ruidoso. Not a good idea there. Paraga with the ball, brings it across the timeline right side. Passes over to Morgan on the left. Morgan pulls up. Passes to Smith, and now back out. And then a good hands. Dominguez has really shown a lot of hustle. She's trying to pick off the ball or at least block it and send it out of bounds like she did there. Just break up the rhythm and keep them from completing that drive to the basket. The ball is inbound, and then there is a foul. I believe they're going to call that on Olivas. Yep, they're going to say Olivas fouled Portillo. So Olivas, that's her first foul on her.
And that'll be the fourth team foul.
And that's going to send Portillo to the line. Her first trip at the line. First one's up and falls off to the right. No good. Portillo with 4 points in the game for Ruidoso. By the way, 16-8 is your score. Ruidoso doubling Lovington exactly with 6:36 left to play. Second one up, no good. It bangs off the right side, but that's Smith with the rebound, her second. And she gets it over to Chavez on the left side. Number 20, or that's Sasadas again. I think that's Sasadas underneath the basket, and before she can put it up.
And they call a lane violation, so turnover on Ruidoso. Give it back to Lovington. Good news there, as Casares was wide open.
Nice for Lovington to be able to take advantage. Castro's got the ball, drives on the outside of the arc, leaves it off, gets it over. Buendia's got it now. Drives around, gets it into Dominguez. She drives into the lane, puts up a layup, won't go. Bell with the put back, it won't go. And now Ruidoso, Casares with another rebound. So 2 looks at the basket, and Lovington could not hit point blank. That is Morgan drifting back. getting worked on by Buendia. She drives in the right side. It just goes into the lane, puts up a shot, won't go. Dominguez with the rebound. Dominguez brings it across the timeline, working hard, driving furiously down to the baseline, and then she passes it off to Olivas, who puts up a shot, won't go, gets her own rebound, and the putback is good. She's on the board, makes it 16-10. Ruidoso still leading. Portillo with the ball. Coming up the court left side, getting worked on by Buendia. Passes it off to Morgan. Morgan passes it, and now it's Paraga with a shot. Falls way short. It's going to go out of bounds, so it'll be Lovington basketball.
And Oliva's very lucky she didn't get whistled for a foul there. She threw the hip into Paraga just as she let that one fly. Refs didn't see it, so good news for Lovington as they'll get the ball back.
And it's going to be right underneath the Ruidoso basket. And I believe that is number 30. Is that Salcido inbounding? She gets it right away to, cannot see the number. Gets it over to Buendia. Buendia handling the ball. Gets it to Olivas. Olivas passes. Almost stolen away. Now Castro's got it. Drives around the arc. Right side. Over to Buendia. Oh, almost goes out of bounds. Saves it. Passes it back to Castro left side. Bounce pass. And a little shot is up and good. As a nice little floater by number 20, Buendia. She's got 4 points in the game now. Makes it 16-12. Lovington eating into this Ruidoso lead. Ruidoso works the ball down underneath the basket. Ashley Smith there, and she puts up a shot. She's fouled as she goes up, so they're going to call that one. I believe they're going to call that on
Castro.
Castro, right there. I knew it should have been Castro, but I didn't know if they were actually going to call it on her or not. Sometimes it doesn't work out that way. Yeah, Ashley Smith, first one up, no good. She's got a couple of rebounds in the game, but no points yet. 16-12 your score. Ruidoso leading. Second shot is up, and that one finds the bottom of the net, so 17-12. Lovington will have the ball. Buendia brings it across the court, gets it to Castro. Castro passes it off, back to Buendia. Buendia pulls back, passes inside the lane, right underneath it to Salcido, who puts it up and good. So Salcido with 6 points now in the game, makes it 17-14. Lovington pulling it to within 3 with 4:15 left to play in this second quarter, and they're going to say timeout as Coach Troy Schmidt takes it. And we will, it's a full, I think he said it's a 60-second timeout. We'll just keep it right here and say a big thank you to our sponsors, Stone Oilfield Services, Eunice Pump and Supply, Lovington Schools, Nowell Pharmacy, Lee County Electric, Lovington Auto Supply, Bob's Thriftway, and First American Bank of Lovington. So thank you very much. I'm Dawn Morgan along with TJ Miracle. You're listening to Lovington Girls Basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. We are in the second quarter, the waning moments of this second quarter, and Ruidoso is leading only by 3 now, 17-14. So the Lovington girls have hung around, chipped away at this, and now are within, a 3-point shot of being able to tie this one up. So I think the Lovington girls, they have shown a little more energy in this last couple of minutes of play. I've noticed that they picked up the pace just a little bit, and they seem to play a little better when they're driving and pressing, and they are trying to control the pace instead of just reacting to the pace of the other team. They play a little sharper, a little better, and I like that. I think that they hopefully will come out on the court and work on that in the last 4 minutes of this second quarter.
Yeah. I was going to say, it definitely has been working for them, and they've gotten a little bit more of a presence inside with Bell and Salcido going in towards the hoop, both offensively and defensively, and it's really helped them in the last couple minutes.
And the inbound by Ruidoso, stolen away by Buendia. She goes down and tries to put up a bucket. Well, doesn't fall. She gets her own rebound, and as she's going for the putback, she gets fouled. Are they going to say she fouled or she steps out of bounds?
Yep, foul.
Fouled, and so we'll see. They're going to call that on Portillo. So that's the second foul on Portillo, and it is going to send Buendia to the line, and she is 2 of 2 so far. She's got 4 points in the game. Puts this one up. Oh, it hits the front, the back, and rolls out. So a miss for Buendia. 17-14 still your score. Again, she had golden opportunity there to make that layup, and she even pulled back in order to give herself a little time as Lady Warrior kind of flew by. Second one's up and nothing but net. So she's 3 of 4 at the line now, makes it 17-15. Ruidoso with the ball. Morgan brings it across the timeline, gets it to Paraga left side, back to Morgan on the right wing. She takes a three-point shot, won't fall across the basket, but Ruidoso with the rebound. And over a fight for the ball in the corner, Ruidoso comes away with it. Now Morgan with a three-point attempt from the left end. Well, she drains it. That's her third tray of the game. Makes it 20-15. Ruidoso. Lovington with the ball. Buendia bringing it down right side. Passing into the lane to Salcedo. Got Lady Warriors all over her. And there is a whistle that sounds, and we'll see who they call that on. That is going to be the foul. Is it going to be number 30? That's Mendez. That's her second foul. Not in the act of shooting. Will be on the floor. So they're going to say Jaylyn Aranda, who is in the game now for Lovington. Bounce pass in, and it's stolen away. A bad bounce. Morgan gives it over to Chavez, who's in the game, and she puts up a layup. 2 points for her. Makes it 22-15. Lovington trailing, trying to get back into this one. Buendia brings it down and trying to get it over to Olivas. It's stolen away. Two quick turnovers by Lovington. Not a good time for them. The clock is ticking down. 3 minutes left to play in this second quarter. Morgan with the ball as Ruidoso pulling up just a little bit, and they pass it in the lane underneath the basket to Chavez, and the ball is up and no good. Lovington with the ball, with the rebound and the ball. That's Buendia. Buendia passes over to Aranda. Back to Buendia, top of the arc, thinks about it. Takes the ball away. Passes to Dominguez. Dominguez back to Buendia. Drives in left side, puts up a shot, won't fall. And there's a fight for the ball. And the ball ends up bouncing, going out of bounds. Last touch by Lovington. It'll be Lady Warrior ball, and that's going to be Morgan underneath the basket. She brings it down. 2:22 left to play in this first half. Morgan taking her time across the timeline left side. Gets it over to Paraga. Paraga into Mendez. Back out to Morgan. She's deadly from that shot, but it hits the front of the iron, bounces off, and goes out of bounds. It'll be Lady Cat basketball. Celeste Dominguez wisely watches that one bounce out of bounds. So what could have been the fourth tray of the game from Morgan fell a little bit short, clanked off the front, and now Dominguez has a chance to bring it down, and Lovington make a play and try to cut into this lead. Dominguez has got it, passes it over left side to Olivas, and then there's a pass inside the lane to number 30, Salcedo. She puts up a nice little floater, little fall-away jumper for 2 more points for her, 22-17. Lady Warriors still in control of this one. They have the ball. Savannah Mendez gets it back to Morgan, who drives in right side, puts up a shot. Won't go. Fight for the rebound, and it's Dominguez who picks it up. That's her third rebound. Goes across the timeline, all the way to the right side. Bounce pass off to Olivas, who puts up a shot from the right side. 2 more points for her. Makes it 22-19. Now Lovington trailing only by 3 with 1:15 left to play in this first half. Morgan gets the pass. Now passes it into Mendez underneath the basket. She puts up a shot, and it's no good, but she is fouled.
Yeah,
so
it looked
I
like
think
Salcedo got a hand on her.
I didn't know if it was Aranda or Salcedo. They were both underneath it. So they're going to call that on Salcedo. That's her first foul. And it's going to send Mendez to the line. It's her first trip at the line. First one is up, no good. She's got 2 points in the game. 22-19. Ruidoso up by 3. It'll be Buendia coming out of the game for Lovington. Nope, she stays in. The coach has just got her ear. Mendez, second one up, no good. Fight for the rebound, and Smith has it. Gets it out to Paraga. Paraga looking for room. Gets it right back into Mendez underneath the basket. She puts it up from the right side. 2 more points, makes it 24-19. 5-point lead is Ruidoso. Still in control of this one. Bringing it down right side, Buendia. Buendia passing off over to Jaylene Aranda. Takes a shot at it. Won't go. There's a fight for the rebound. It goes out of bounds, but last touch by, I believe, Olivas. So Lady Warriors will have the ball with 39 seconds left. Pulling it up across the center court, across the timeline. That is Smith. Gets it over to Mendez. A pass picked off as Olivas picks it up, but then promptly, I believe they're going to call the travel on her, or that she got fouled?
No, she got fouled.
All right.
Going to call the bump foul on Savannah Mendez, her third personal, 7th team foul, so that'll put Lovington in the bonus. So take the long walk down the court to shoot the 1-and-1.
And it'll be Olivas at the line. She's 0 for 2 at the line, but she got 4 points. She's got a couple of buckets for Lovington in this one, who trailed by 5. 24 seconds left before the half. Olivas eyes it, skies it, and too hard off the back. She gets her own rebound, picks it up, passes it out to Buendia on the right side. No room. Buendia gets it into Salcido, puts it up, and yes, it bounces up and falls. So Erlyn Salcido makes it 24-21, 8 seconds left. And that's Smith with the ball for Ruidoso. Looks like they'll just bounce it out, maybe try for a last-second shot. They do from the left side, won't fall, and the ball goes out of bounds. And at halftime, Ruidoso is leading by 3, 24-21. And we will be back in just a couple of minutes with your halftime show. It's Lovington Girls Basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Welcome back to Wildcat Gym. It's Lovington Girls Basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle, and we are at halftime where your score is 24-21. Now, Ruidoso is leading, but Lovington managed to chip away at that. They were losing by 5 points at the end of the first quarter, 14-8. So 24-21 is an improvement for them, trailing by 3 into halftime. And here's how we got there. With Ruidoso, Ariana Morgan with 9 points, 3 trays to score the 9 points for the Lady Warriors, and no rebounds. Gabby Portillo had 4 points, 2 rebounds. Ashley Smith with 1 point, 3 rebounds. Chavez with 2 points and a rebound. Cesares had 4 points, 2 rebounds, and Mendez with 4 points and 2 rebounds. So Morgan leads the scoring for the Lady Warriors. Turning over to the Lovington girls. So far, Erlyn Salcido is leading all scorers with 10 points. She's also got 3 rebounds to go with that. Buendia has 5 points, 2 rebounds. Also, Olivas has 4 points, 2 rebounds. Celeste Dominguez has 2 rebounds. Chloe Corral, 1 rebound. Myra Castro has 3 rebounds. And Katie Bell in the books with 2 points and 3 rebounds. So that is how we get to our score, 24-21. And TJ, you had collected and talked about turnovers, 10 for Ruidoso and 11 for Lovington at this point.
Well, that is correct. So right now, Ruidoso winning the turnover battle, but Lovington winning the rebounding battle, 16-10. Cumulatively, Lovington also doing much better from the free throw line. They went 5 of 8 from the charity stripe in the first half. Ruidoso just 1 of 6. So Lovington has dodged a couple of bullets there, or Ruidoso could be 5 or 6 points further ahead of where they are. So, you know, good thing there. They 5 of 8 free throw shooting is pretty good. So that's really kind of helped keep it close. That and Erlyn Salcido finding a way to make some baskets go, including an absolutely bizarre but beautiful underhand granny,
right.
underhand through the lane scoop
kind of a
through the lane.
Scoop,
yeah.
And she managed to do it without traveling, without falling, and miraculously found the bottom of the bucket.
I don't know how she didn't get fouled in the process
exactly,
either.
And she didn't get fouled, and I thought for sure that might happen as well. So interesting and a little uneven for both teams, as you didn't find a lot of really smooth offensive rhythm for any length of time for either team, but because of turnovers and a little bit of sloppy play here and there. But still, Lovington managing to fall behind and then chip away and come back and to get it within 3 at a halftime. So if they come out and just improve a little bit, they were doing much better when they did have Bell, as you mentioned, Bell in the game in the low post, and really guarding the lane and trying to keep Ruidoso from just having their way underneath the basket. And once they started doing that, guarding the paint a little bit better, keeping Ruidoso out of it, then they started having better defensive success, and then they were able to find some offensive rhythm there with help from Salcido and Buendia as well. So Buendia is good at the line. She's 3 of 4, and that has really helped out Lovington's cause in this first half as well. They haven't been to the line very much, but every point that you can put on there certainly does help.
Well, it certainly does. And 24-21, still anybody's ball game. Lovington did win that second quarter 13-10, which is how they got it chipped down to just this 3-point lead. So very important that they continue to just move forward. They've got to find a way to force some more turnovers on this Ruidoso team.
And
they've
capitalize on those turnovers.
And capitalize on those turnovers. They've also got to find a way to get better penetration. Ruidoso is not a huge team, but right now they're just out physicaling, if that's even a word, Lovington in the paint.
What has happened a lot of times is Lovington has been there. They've taken a lot of shots from point blank or near point blank range in the paint, right in front of the basket, and they simply have missed those shots. And Ruidoso has grabbed those rebounds and denied Lovington a chance to have a second or third look in many cases, not every case. But that has been the problem. Lovington has certainly been there, been in position right there, taking shots and missing those closer in shots and those easier shots. So Lovington's got to increase, their accuracy in shooting because they're getting the shots. They're in position, but they've just got to find a way to make that happen without the ball either getting stripped away in the process. They've had some turnovers, had some bad passes in the paint, and then they've just had some cold shooting there.
Well, they certainly have. So, some adjustments to be made, but really a lot of positives to take out of that first quarter, too. Might want to think about keeping somebody in Ariana Morgan's face, too.
Yeah.
She is not afraid to pull the three-point trigger, and she is not somebody who puts her toe right on the line and kind of eases into it. She's letting it fly from NBA range.
Yeah, and she has made 3 of 5 shots from, I'd say, within 2 feet they know where she's going to set up to take that shot because she sets up every time there on the left side, and she's deadly from that range, and again made 3 of those 5 attempts at the three-pointers. So definitely some things to watch for and some things to hopefully do and adjust during halftime, come back out and try to go ahead and overtake this Ruidoso team and try to get a W in the books. That they've got to play a good solid third quarter to be able to do that. They've got to come in and play a third quarter like they did the second quarter, pick up the pace and make some of those points back. And we will take another quick timeout, be back for the tip-off of the second half here at Wildcat Gym. It's Lovington Girls Basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Welcome back to Wildcat Gym. Start of the second half. Lovington girls have the ball. Castro inbounds at midcourt. Gives it to Buendia. Brings it up right side. Looking for room. Ruidoso guarding the paint pretty well. And a bad pass inside is stolen away. So a turnover quickly. And that is Morgan with the ball, trying to get out of the backcourt. That was Portillo with the ball to actually now sends it over to Morgan. Bad pass goes out of bounds. So Ruidoso turns it right back over. Lovington with a break here.
Both teams look like they've come out and decided to put on the pressure, at least here early in this second half.
Inbounding will be Dominguez at the scorer's table. She gives it off to Buendia. Buendia dribbles right side, gets it to Olivas. Olivas loses the ball, stripped away, taken away by Smith, who drives down from the left side, puts up a shot. They're going to call Dominguez for the foul, though. Is it Dominguez or Olivas? Olivas, number 3. Sorry, that 3 looks an awful like a 5. So Olivas with her second foul. And that's going to send Smith to the line. I think there's a 30-second timeout called. Yes,
yeah, it looks like Coach Scott's going to call a 30-second timeout, trying to ice the shooter.
He did this, he did this in the start of the second quarter, right just a few seconds into it, called a timeout. So let's see what happens. It'll be Ashley Smith who goes to the line after the timeout, which we'll just keep it right here. 24-21 is your score, Ruidoso leading. We're just a few seconds into this second half, the third quarter. And Lovington would very much like to get a win in the books and come away from this with a 5-9 record. This is going to be a good opportunity for them to beat this team, and they need to try to make that happen if at all possible.
Well, certainly do. I mean, it doesn't get any easier from here on out. Coming up on Tuesday, they'll play the Carlsbad Cave Girls here at 5:30, and they've had their problems against Carlsbad the last couple of years.
Well, and Carlsbad, of course, a 5A team, one of the stronger teams and programs in the state, so that's definitely going to be a tough mountain to climb. Smith at the line. First shot is up, no good. Clanks off the front of the iron, so that's a miss. She is now only 1 of 3 at the line. She'll get another shot at it, though. Eyes it, skies it, and this one finds the bottom of the net. So Smith with another point. She's got 2 points in the game. Good to go with 3 rebounds. Lovington with the ball, dribbling furiously. Dominguez down the right side. Bounce pass underneath the lane. Doesn't go so well. Salcedo picks it up, gives it to Olivas. Olivas puts it up. No good. Mendez picks up the rebound for Ruidoso. But I like Lovington's speed and pace, working a little bit quicker. That's Morgan coming up center court. They gives it over to Portillo. She takes a 3-point shot. Air ball. It's going to fall right into the hands of Castro. So she gives it off to Dominguez. Drives down. Passes to Buendia. Bounce pass over to Olivas. Now a bounce in the lane and a bad bounce pass. It was intended for Buendia, but picked up by Mendez. So a turnover for Lovington. And that is Portillo driving from the right side, puts up a shot, won't fall, fight for the rebound, and getting possession of it is Olivas, but getting a hand on the ball for a jump ball is going to be Portillo. It's going to go the way of the Lady Warriors, so Morgan will have it right in front of the scorer's table. Lady Warriors getting set. Pass goes into Smith. She passes it off over to Portillo, left side, three-point shot up, no good, in and out, and it's Castro with the rebound. She drives the lane, puts up a little float, or puts up a layup, and it falls. So Castro with 2 points. She's on the board now to go with 4 rebounds. 25-23. Pass almost intercepted by Lovington, but Smith has got it out near midcourt, getting worked on hard. Good defense by Chloe Corral, who ends up falling, and we'll see. I think they're going to call that on her.
Going to call the offensive foul.
Yep. They're going to call the offensive foul. They're going to call that on number, not 30. Yep, Mendez had the ball. No.
No?
Yeah.
Now I think now 2 of the refs are going to talk about it.
Right.
Yeah, they're going to give that her 4th.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah, so her 4th personal, 12th turnover for Ruidoso, and give it back to Lovington.
And that'll be Dominguez who will have the ball in front of the Ruidoso bench. Gives it to Buendia. Passes it down to Castro, drives the lane, bounce pass over, picked up by Corral, drives in, puts up a little pop shot, won't fall. But with the rebound there was number 30, Salcido, but she's got her hands on. They're going to call the foul. Yes, they are. They're going to call that foul on what, Portillo?
Smith.
All right, 15. So that's going to be actually her first foul, and that's going to send Salcido to the line. She's 2 of 2. She's got 10 points in the game. And that first effort falls short. So 25-23, still your score. Ruidoso up by 2. Got 5:39 left to play in this third quarter. Second shot by Salcido is up and short as well. But she gets her own rebound, puts up a shot. She gets fouled, so she'll stay at the line. And we'll see. They're going to call that one on, let's see, going to call Paraga, number 1. So that's her first foul. And that will mean Salcido will have another. Oh, now there's a timeout
taken by Coach Schmidt for Ruidoso.
So we will see. It's a full timeout, 60-second one. We'll keep it here, but we'll say thank you to our sponsors. First American Bank of Lovington, Bob's Thriftway, Lovington Auto Supply, Lee County Electric, Nowell Pharmacy, Lovington Schools, Eunice Pump and Supply, and Stone Oilfield Services. We appreciate the support. The student athletes appreciate the support. And without that, we wouldn't be able to do the broadcast. So I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle. Happy to be here at Wildcat Gym for this game, which I believe we will have. It's about 3 weeks away until the start of district play.
District starts Friday, January the 28th, so just over 3 weeks.
All right, just over 3 weeks. Of course, after the game tonight, we will be back here on Tuesday night when the Lovington girls and boys will play on the same night against Carlsbad. So the Lovington girls game at 5:30, boys at 7 on this next Tuesday night here at Wildcat Gym. Out of the timeout, it's going to be Erlyn Salcido back at the line. She'll have a chance. 2 chances. She puts up the first one, finds the range this time, puts it in 25-24. She has a chance to tie it up right here. And she does. Swish, we're tied at 25 with 5:35 left to play. Ruidoso with the ball. Portillo brings it down right side. Oh, and a good hustle. It's poked away by Chloe Corral into the backcourt. They're going to call the violation, and it's going to be Lovington ball.
And Coach Schmidt
turnover. He's red in the face.
And I love our Lady Cats. I think he's got a point on that one. I think that Dominguez got a hand on it, and so that probably should have negated it, but that's not the way the ref saw it. So, hey, I'm happy we get the ball back.
Dominguez gets it in. It's basketball karma as it's popped up and stolen away by Portilla. Portillo takes it and then gives it away as she loses the handle on the ball, trips over it, and it falls out of bounds. So that ball is back to Lovington. Olivas gets it into Buendia, takes it right side. And she travels. Oh, yeah, she took that little extra slide, that little stutter step. So turn it right back over. Give it to Ruidoso. Nobody wants this one. Nobody apparently wants to make the next basket badly enough. Morgan gets it in, gets it Portillo left side. The passes all the way across to Smith on the right side. Oh, a little shot up and good. I don't know how that one made it in as well, but Smith with 2 more points in the game. She's got 5.
That's one of those. That's one of those. Just throw it towards the basket and hope you get fouled.
And she didn't get fouled, but the ball went in. So it was at a funny angle too. Lovington with the ball. Celeste Dominguez on the right side, and the ball fight for it. And a timeout is taken because that ball was just about to either become Ruidoso's or go out of bounds and be Ruidoso's. So Coach Wade Scott taking a little timeout. I think it's just a 30, so we'll keep it right here. It's a full one. 27-25 is your score. Ruidoso back in the lead by 2 in this one. So Lovington was behind by 3 at the half, came out, managed to tie it back up. Now Ruidoso has gone ahead. But we have only a few minutes left in this third quarter. So we will finish the timeout, come back to play. 20 seconds left on the board. So a big thank you again for listening, for watching. And as TJ has mentioned, give us a subscription, please. For every 1,000 subscribers, there will be one who is chosen at random to get a $100 gift from the station. Getting paid to watch basketball is not a bad thing. Coming back to action, inbounding is Olivas. A quick pass over there to Salcido. A shot is up, no good. Fight for the rebound. The ball's on the court, so are girls. We'll see who's got it. And they're motioning it's going to be Lovington basketball. Olivas will go back, try it again.
Yeah, she got tied up very quickly there by Smith, but possession arrow fortunately in the direction of the Lady Cats.
And right underneath the basket, she gets it out to Chloe Corral, manages to hang on to it, passes it over to Olivas, drives the lane, puts up a shot, goes all the way over the basket, but somehow she makes it over and gets the rebound, but then she gets fouled. They're going to call the push foul, I believe, and that's, of course, not a shooting foul, but they're going to call that on number 15, Smith.
That'll be her second personal, 4th team foul on Ruidoso, and I think that was just a little bit of a frustration foul, as now another timeout going to be taken by Coach Scott. He's down to just 1 timeout, and there's still 4:21 left to go in the third quarter, so he's got to be very careful with those timeouts because, well, he's out of them now in essence.
Definitely, and now it's a 2-point game right now. If it stays this close, that could come down, and that lack of a timeout could become very crucial in terms of coaching strategy.
Yeah, with just 1 timeout left, it is a full timeout. On the other side, Coach Schmidt still has 1 full timeout and 2 30s to his credit. So I mean, you've got them, you might as well use them. How many times have we said over the years, gosh, why don't we take a timeout? You've got them, you might as well use them. And Coach Scott definitely is using them, but now he's down to just 1, and there's still 12 minutes left in the game.
He's not shy about seeing something he doesn't like and pulling the girls in to talk about it right away. And he definitely is doing that, doing a little diagramming on the board.
Yeah, probably trying to work on breaking this intense pressure that Ruidoso was put on. They've decided to get very, very physical with Lovington on the inbounds in their offensive zone, and Lovington is yet to find a way to really kind of counter that. I think maybe that's some of what Coach Scott was drawing up.
And it'll be Olivas inbounding from just to the left of the Lovington basket, trying to find somebody, and I think they're going to say that it wasn't the 5-second violation. What are they saying?
No, I think it was I think it was a goof on the scoreboard operators. They buzzed a buzzer they shouldn't have.
All right. So we'll just try it again. Olivas gets it in to Buendia. She drives toward the basket, puts up a shot, won't fall, fight for the rebound, and it looks like it's going to be Casadas. But did Salcido get a hand on it and force a? Nope, she got a hand on it. Unfortunately, she did. I was hoping it was going to be a jump ball, but nope, it's going to be a foul, and that's going to be her third, right? Or is that her second? Just her second.
But just the second team foul on Lovington for the half.
Ruidoso leads by 2. That's Smith bringing it across the timeline. Getting worked on by Corral. Good tight defense. They pass it to Smith. Smith into the lane, and they kick it out to Paraga, and it's picked off. So a turnover gives the Lovington Lady Cats a chance. Olivas brings down the ball, gets it to Dominguez left side. That's Buendia, thinks about the 3, pulls back now, takes the 3, it won't fall, and fight for the rebound. Olivas is going to come out with it, get it over to Buendia. Buendia setting up. Looks on the right side, thinks about the 3, passes into Dominguez, now back to Corral, now over the left side to Olivas. Tries to bounce pass into Salcido. It's picked off by Ruidoso. Lovington has tried that so many times and just cannot make that work. Ruidoso with the ball. There's a shot up from the right side, and that was Morgan over there. Usually her hot hand is hot from the left side, but that one goes in, and that's another 3. Nope, just 2. Just a 2-pointer. 29-25. Now Lovington with the ball. Buendia's got it. Passes high this time to Salcido. And underneath the lane, Dominguez has it. They reset. Buendia back out. Right side. Ruidoso tight on Portillo. Very tight on her. Pass to Dominguez. They've got to watch those bounce passes. They pass to Corral. She takes a 3-point attempt. It won't fall. Fight for the rebound. Goes out of bounds. Dominguez was trying to get it back in, but I don't think she did in time. Nope, it's going to be Ruidoso ball.
Yeah,
so
they're going to actually call a foul on Celeste Dominguez, a push foul on the rebound attempt. So trying to clear out some bodies for Ruidoso and pushed and got whistled for the foul. So right now, Lovington just having trouble with the physicality of Ruidoso underneath.
Right. They're trying bounce passes that are just ill-advised.
There's 3 or 4 people packed into the lane. No, you cannot make that work.
You cannot do that because one of them will pick it up and strip it away like they have. Ruidoso with the ball, passing it in. An attempt by Portillo up, no good. Castro with a rebound for Lovington, though. She's going to bring it down timeline. Sloppy dribbling, and it goes, Portillo picks it up, but then there is a call. They're going to call the foul against Castro.
Frustration foul called there. Her third personal, 4th team foul on Lovington as Coach Scott just shakes his head.
Yeah, you've got to take care of the ball. So Ruidoso with the ball. Morgan's got it. Passes over to Portillo. She talks a 3-point attempt over on the right side. Won't fall. Lovington with the rebound. They're going to give it over to Corral. Corral dribbles down, pulls up, gives it to Dominguez. Dominguez pulls out, gets it to Castro. Back over to the right side to Corral. She drives inside the lane, puts up a little floater. It won't fall. She gets fouled in the process, though. The ball kind of sails over the net, but she was in the act of shooting, so she will go to the line. They're going to call that one on Smith. That's going to be her 3rd.
And it will be the 5th team foul on Ruidoso. So Lovington just a couple away from the bonus, and now Corral at the line, her first trip to the stripe.
She's got no points in the game so far, but she's been rebounding and been hustling, handling the ball for Lovington. First one is up, hits off of the iron and bounces out, so a miss. 29-25, by the way, is your score. Lovington trailing by 4 now with 1:44 left to play in this 3rd quarter. Substitutions coming in for Ruidoso. Smith comes out. Morgan goes in. Corral still at the line. She'll get a second shot at it. It's up, and that one hits the backboard and falls in. So she's now 1 of 2 at the line, and it's down to a 3-point game again. 29-26. Ruidoso leads. Paraga with the ball, gets it back over to Morgan. She takes a long 3-point shot. Oh, beautiful from way back on the right side outside the arc. That is her 4th tray of the game, and she's got 14 points in the game. And Ruidoso with a quick steal, taking it. That's Portillo. Passes it off, and they're going to call Corral She bumped into Portillo. So Corral, that's her third foul.
And the 5th team foul on Lovington. So now Ruidoso just 2 away from the bonus. 1:12 remaining in the third quarter, and a 32-26 lead for the Lady Warriors.
On the floor. So Chavez will inbound right in front of the Ruidoso bench. She does. Gets it into Spitty.
Chavez,
sorry. Gets it over to Ward. Ward's got it, pulling back now. And a bad pass taken away by Dominguez. And then the whistle sounds. They're going to say that she is fouled. So Dominguez, they're going to whistle on Paraga. That's her second.
I didn't even think Paraga was on the floor, but okay.
Dominguez gets it in right in front of the scorer's table to Audrey Alexander back in the game for Lovington. Gives it off to Olivas. Olivas works the ball around the right side. Gets it back to Dominguez. Dominguez driving in the lane, pushes it out. Then there's a little shot up. It won't fall. I believe that was number 50, Jasmine Clark, taking the shot. Falls off to the left, goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ruidoso. So Lady Cats keep the ball. Olivas will inbound right underneath the basket for Lovington. Gets it into Clark. It's pushed away, though, out of bounds. Last touch by Ruidoso.
And they've got to start moving around and rotating because Ruidoso's decided they're going to stay on them very, very tight.
Right.
They need to send somebody running just as hard as they can towards the timeline to get that in.
That was Spitty in the game for sure. Bounce pass into Dominguez. She takes a point-blank shot, won't fall. Fight for the rebound underneath it. That was Chavez with the ball, and a fight for it. Instead of a jump ball, they're going to say Lovington got a hand on it. Who was
Dominguez.
that? Dominguez. So Celeste Dominguez with her second foul.
And now Ruidoso 1 away from the bonus, as that's the 6th team foul. Each team with 6 so far.
Ariella Ward with the ball, brings it across the timeline. Dribbles off to the right. Loses the handle on it twice. Almost picked up by Alexander. Passes it off. And now it is stolen away by Olivas. No, Dominguez. Lovington's got it. A pass down, but it's sloppy. And Ruidoso picks it off. Now pushed away and goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ruidoso. Just slop ball really by both teams right here as the girls losing the handle on it. And then a bad pass like that right over the head of Aranda.
Now 22 turnovers for Lovington. 2 seconds left to go in the third, and both teams just turning it over way too many times.
And Ruidoso with the ball. That's Ward getting it in. Still in the backcourt, and the buzzer sounds, ending the third quarter. It's 32-26. Ruidoso up by 6, and we'll be back with the tip-off to the fourth quarter here at Wildcat Gym. It's Lovington Girls Basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. And welcome back to Wildcat Gym, Lovington Girls Basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle. At the start of the fourth quarter, it is 32-26. Ruidoso leads this one by 6 points. And the Lady Warriors with the ball. Morgan inbounding to Portillo, back to Morgan, back to Portillo on the right side. Good defensive pressure by Lovington. Still, Portillo takes a shot from the right side, won't fall. Dominguez with the rebound. brings it down, gets it over to Clark. She puts up a layup, won't fall, and it's going to be Morgan with the rebound.
And Morgan with 14 points. That's her first rebound of the ball game.
Yeah, Morgan and just playing pass with Portillo, Morgan and Portillo back and forth. Now they give it into Smith. She drives the lane, puts up a shot, won't fall, and then the
good initial block there by Clark.
By Clark. Jasmine was right there underneath it, trying to push the ball out, but then gets called for the foul.
Yeah, it was just a little bit out of position and was trying to get turned around to defend.
Her initial block was good, and then the rebound came, and then the putback, and then that's when she fouled. So at the line, shooting, first one falls out, as at the line is Portillo. It is Portillo, number 14.
And right now, Ruidoso's struggles from the line continue. They are 2 of 9 going into this shot.
Second one is up, and that one is off the front of the iron, falls out. Fight for the rebound. It goes out of bounds, and it's going to be Ruidoso ball.
Jalen Aranda got the last hand on it, and so Lovington winning the rebounding battle but losing the turnover battle, and they've got to start getting some more opportunities, and they've got to start playing a little bit smarter basketball.
Well, and they're taking shots, and they're just not making them a lot of times. There's a three-point shot up, no good. Portillo misses. Picking up the ball is Dominguez with a rebound, brings it down the right side. Leaves it off for Olivas. She drives into the baseline, puts up a shot. And the rebound is picked up by Salcido, and the putback is good. And a whistle sounds as the ball, I guess they didn't take it all the way out of bounds. So Morgan with the ball for Ruidoso. 32-28. Lovington trailing only by 4 now. Audrey Alexander working on that ball. Ooh, almost a steal by Olivas. A shot is up, no good. And Salcido with the rebound. Gives it over to Aranda. Aranda gets it to Olivas. Right side. Then to Dominguez. Back to Aranda. Back to Dominguez. Back to Olivas, right side. She pulls in, puts up a shot from the right side, won't fall, and she's fouled in the process.
And the foul going to be whistled on Portillo, her third personal, 7th team foul. It is a shooting foul, but Lovington is also now in the bonus. Olivas 0 of 3 from the line.
Right. She will get her first shot, eyes it. Big deep breath. First one, swish. So she makes it a 3-point game. Now 32-29. She'll get a second shot at it. So Lovington has chipped away by virtue of some free throw shooting in this one today. Oh, and the second one, I thought it was going to fall short, but it finds the bottom of the net as well. So a 2-point game, 32-30. Ruidoso with the ball. Portillo sends it down right in front of the ball to Casares, right in front of the net. She puts up a layup, and it's good, 34-30 now. Lovington with the ball. It's Olivas bringing it center court across the timeline. Goes to the right. Leaves it off for Dominguez. Dominguez getting worked on hard by Morgan. Passes it over to the left where Audrey Alexander was. Alexander trying to pick up the pass. It goes out of bounds, luckily pushed out by Ruidoso. So it'll stay Lady Cat ball. Olivas will have it in the corner, right in that left corner. And it'll be Castro who inbounds. Castro inbounds. Buendia right underneath the basket. Bounce pass to Dominguez. Dominguez pulls up. Left wing, looking for room. Bounce pass to Olivas. Takes a three-point shot from the right side. In and out, won't fall. But with the putback, the rebound and the putback was number 30, Salcido. Her ball doesn't fall. And then there's a fight for the rebound. Ruidoso got it. But on the pass across court, they're going to call, I believe it's the foul is called against Lovington, and I'm looking to see, is it going to be Buendia?
Her first personal,
All right.
And that'll be the 8th team foul. We'll take the long walk down the court for 1-1.
So 34-30, 5:40 left to play in the game. Ruidoso leading by 4, and at the line. And the first one is good. Again, at the line, that
I believe that's Smith.
is Smith, I believe. Ashley Smith, number 15. And the second one falls short. Fighting for the rebound is Salcido. She's got it, but she falls back. She doesn't foul, I believe. They just call her for the travel.
Yeah.
Yep, and so that's a turnover. I believe that's number 23 or 23 for Lovington. Inbound pass, and trying to pop the shot is Morgan, but it doesn't fall. And with the rebound is Dominguez, who brings it down. Passes to Castro on the left side. Back out, back to Castro. Castro drives around the arc to Dominguez. Dominguez over to Buendia. She drives in the lane, puts up a little left-handed floater, and it goes. So finally a layup that falls for Lovington and makes it a three-point game. 35-32, Ruidoso in the lead. That's Smith with the ball. Tries to put up a shot, and it's trying for the block is Olivas.
Yeah,
and
she got a hand on it.
She did. She got a hand on it and does not get called for a foul. She got ball. She pushed it out, but it is going to be Ruidoso ball. Morgan inbounds from directly underneath their basket, just over to the left a bit. A whistle sounds, and they're going to say she stepped up. And so there's a turnover, and that's number 18. I have got it for 18 for Ruidoso. So Lovington will have the ball. It's going to be Dominguez underneath the basket. Gives it to Buendia. Buendia brings it over across the timeline right side. Pass over to Olivas, who loses the handle on it, gets it back. Then Castro gets it on the left side. She's going to be fouled.
And it was actually away from the ball, and they're going to whistle that one on Gabby Portillo. Her fourth personal. That'll be the 18th foul on Ruidoso, and that'll put Castro at the line for the 1-and-1.
All right, so Castro, her first trip to the line in this game. She's got several rebounds. She has 2 points in the game. But I've got her for 5 rebounds for Lovington. And Castro at the line, shooting her first ones of the night from the stripe.
Lovington collectively 8 of 12 from the free throw line. Castro's first trip.
35-32, Ruidoso leads by 3. First one is good. Castro keeping Lovington in this now, whittling it down to 2-point lead, 35-33. She'll have a chance to shave it even closer. Castro's second one is up and good. So 35-34, Ruidoso leads. They inbound to Smith. Got 4:47 left on the clock, and they're going to call a foul. And I think Buendia. Yep, Buendia.
Her second personal, yep.
And say that she got her on the wrist. So Buendia with a foul, and that's going to.
Well, if you want to make this a free throw shooting contest, we're definitely winning
that one, sure. Smith, it's going to put Smith back at the line, and she has made 3 and missed 2.
Collectively, they are 3 of 14 from the free throw line.
First one is up, and it finds the bottom of the net.
I shouldn't have said anything. The curse of the announcer.
Exactly. So 36-34, back to a 2-point lead by Ruidoso. Chance to make that a 3-point lead with Smith at the line. Coming in as Paraga. Coming out is going to be Casares. 36-34, 4:44 left to play in this game. It's still anybody's ball game. Second shot is up and good for Smith. 37-34. Lovington with the ball. Dominguez looking for room. Gets it to Buendia. Buendia passes down to Corral on the right side. Corral double dribbles. Right, she just didn't get a handle on it. The problems with Lovington in the game have been basic skills. Passing, dribbling, shooting. Passing, dribbling, shooting. So, again, their enthusiasm is there. Their knowledge of what they want to do. They're just not able to execute sometimes and to keep their hands on that ball. Lovington working hard against Paraga right there. Corral with good hustle, good defense. Ruidoso with the ball, passing it over into the right side, trying for Mendez. Castro right there, pushing the ball out. It'll stay Ruidoso ball. Good hustle by Lovington, though. They're trying to upset the rhythm, block the ball, take it away, force some more turnovers. Pass out to Smith, back into Mendez. Now over to Morgan, right side. She pops the 3 from the right side. That's her 5th tray of the game. 40-34, Ruidoso, 6-point lead. The ball coming down right side. Castro passes to Buendia. Buendia puts up a shot from the right side, won't fall, and that Ward grabs the rebound, or no, was that 20? Chavez grabs the rebound. And an even play again. Ruidoso trying to move the ball down, having their own trouble with some basics of dribbling and hanging onto the ball. They do turn it over. Lovington's got it. When Dominguez driving down, top of the key, bounce pass over to Corral from the left side. She pops it. So, Corral with her first basket of the game. It makes it in a good time for it. Pops the three. 40-37 your score. Ruidoso with the ball. Paraga sends it into the lane. Passes to Chavez. Chavez puts up a shot. Won't fall. Corral with the ball. Comes away with it now. Driving into the lane right side. Throws up a shot, and they're going to call the foul, and they're going to say that foul.
I believe they're going to call that on Portillo. If they do, that's her
that's
fifth.
It.
Nope, they switched it over to Ashley Smith.
Yeah, Ashley
So that'll
Smith.
be her fourth, and that'll be the ninth team foul.
And that puts Corral at the line, and she is 2 of 3 at the line. And this one no good, bounces off. She'll get another chance at it. She's got 4 points in the game. 40-37 your score. Ruidoso leading with 3:24 left to play in the game. And this one, bounces up and out and touched by Salcido. Fight for the rebound. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lovington.
Tight game. You've got to make your free throws count.
And Morgan is going to inbound for Ruidoso. Ooh, almost stolen away by Buendia. Paraga's got it, and it is stolen away. Castro with a nice strip of the ball. She gets it to Corral. Corral pulls up, gives it to Buendia, and Buendia with a nice jump shot. It looked like it was going to go in and out and then dropped back in. So Buendia ties it up with that tray. It's 40 apiece. The ball comes back. Lovington had it, and a shot goes up, and now the rebound by Morgan. Morgan can't find any room, getting worked on by Dominguez. Turns around, bumps, and we're going to see
timeout taken by Coach Schmidt as Lovington starting to try and chip back into it.
They did call that a 3-point shot, and now they have said it's just a 2-point shot, but It did say, the scoreboard said 40-40 for a few seconds there, and that's when I looked at it and thought that Corral had popped a 3, but it was only a 2.
Yeah, immediately as that shot went up, both of the corner refs both signaled
indicated 2.
So.
But I was just looking at the scoreboard thinking that was indeed a 3. I think that was wishful thinking. So it is 40-39. Lovington trailing by 1. This was a full 60-second timeout. I believe that was the last one. Did Wade Scott?
No, that was Coach Schmidt that took it for Ruidoso.
All right. So now he's down to 2 30-second timeouts. Lovington breaks the huddle first. They trail by 1. But it is anybody's ball game at this point.
As they forced a couple of 3 quick turnovers on Ruidoso, and that's let them get back to within the 1 point here. And they are winning the quarter at the moment, but still a long way to go in this one. 2:50 remaining.
2:50 left to play in this game. It will be Ruidoso ball. Inbounding will be Morgan right in front of the Lovington bench. Looking. She manages to find Smith. Smith getting worked on hard, and they're going to say she travels under intense defensive pressure. Good pressure by Castro and Buendia, trapping her up. So a nice job forcing that turnover. Number 19 for Ruidoso,
That's number 22.
Number 22, yes, thank you. So Lovington with the ball. That is Buendia on the left side. Dangerous bounce pass, and Dominguez has it, but they're going to say
she got fouled, so she's going to the line for 2.
And they're going to call that one. Are they calling that one on Ashley Smith?
Going to call it on Savannah Mendez. That'll be her 5th personal, or should be. Yep, it is.
Number
she's
30.
Done.
She's out of here.
So she fouls out with 4 points and 4 boards.
Puts Dominguez at the line, where Dominguez has not been. This is her first trip to the line tonight.
6 rebounds, but no points. So her first opportunity tonight can give Lovington the tie or the lead.
40-39 your score. Her first one is up, and it's going to be good. It hits the front of the rim, back of the iron, and then falls through. So Dominguez has tied it up for Lovington with 2:35 left, and she'll have another shot at it. That one is good as well. So giving Lovington their first lead since
very early in the game.
Very early in the game in that first quarter. Ruidoso coming back, though. That's Ashley Smith with the ball, trying to trap her up right there. Dominguez and Buendia. Ball goes out of bounds, but it's going to stay Ruidoso ball.
Yeah, Smith just bounced it off of Buendia to keep possession on it, try and get a little breathing room.
It'll be Morgan to inbound right in front of between the scorer's table and the Ruidoso bench, and stealing the inbound away. Good hands by Dominguez, gets it to Corral. Corral to Castro. Castro back to Dominguez. Dominguez back to Castro left side, thinks about it, drives in a little closer, tries to put up a shot. It's short, and Morgan gets a hand on it, and then a whistle is called. They're going to say
out of bounds.
That it goes out of bounds, last touch by Ruidoso. So Castro will inbound just to the left of the Lovington bucket. Bounce pass into, I believe that is Buendia. Buendia pulls up over to the left, looking for it. Lovington has the 1-point lead, 41-40. Looks like Lovington's going to hang on to the ball and make Ruidoso come to them maybe, and just try to make them foul, as Dominguez has got it. She gets it to Castro on the right side. Castro drives in, now bounces it over to Corral. Corral takes the shot from 3-point range. It won't fall, and that's Morgan with the rebound.
Somebody stay in her face. Don't let her get an open look at three.
That's right. Pretty tight on her. She gets it over to the left. There's a shot up by Chavez. Won't fall. Then there was a rebound, and the putback is good. 42-41. Ruidoso with a 1-point lead when Diaz got it. Top of the arc for Lovington. 1:13 left. Corral has got the ball, and they're going to say that Paraga pushed her. So Paraga gets her third foul, and that's going to send Corral to the line. Corral is 1 of 4 at the line. She's got 2 points in the game elsewhere as well, just 1 bucket. Chloe Corral, she can tie this back up. And it's up and good, nothing but net, she does. 42 all here, 1:09 left to play. Chloe Corral at the line, she's got another one. She can put Lovington ahead. Skies it, and this one falls off to the right. Fighting for the rebound is Corral. She gets it over to number 30. Salcido takes a shot. It falls off. Celeste Dominguez with the ball, brings it out. We're all tied at 42. Lovington, they get it over to Castro. She takes a 3-point shot, hits the top of the arc. And number 30, Salcido with the rebound. It won't fall. The ball's loose on the court, dribbles over to Castro. Castro puts it up, won't fall, and the rebound is Salcido. Salcido's putback won't fall, and now Ruidoso has it. That's Morgan, and she gets bumped into. Yes, that is Buendia. Buendia gets called for the bump foul.
And she's better be careful down there. You don't want to get whistled for a technical. She was arguing the call just a little bit. Lovington had the opportunities. They had 5 offensive rebounds on that set and couldn't get one to go and couldn't get a whistle for the foul. And then it fouls the other way, so comes back down and shooting 2, because that will put the Lady Warriors in the double bonus.
That is Morgan at the line, and it's nothing but net on that. So she's got a point at the line. That's her first free throw tonight, in addition to about 20 million three-pointers that she has made. And I believe Coach Schmidt takes a timeout.
Yes, he does.
All right, 43-42, 36 seconds left on the clock. And Ruidoso up by 1 with another free throw for Morgan coming. And you got to feel like whether they make it or not, they may just say, they may angle instead of making the shot. They may just try to grab the rebound for sure and hang on to the ball and make Lovington come foul them.
Possibility. I think they're going to – I think what's going to happen is they will make it if they can.
And then grab and then really fight for the rebound, try to get the rebound and just hold on to the ball.
I think they will make it, but then I think they are going to pressure Lovington like you have not seen on the inbound and coming back down the court.
Sometimes if a player is good enough and they know they can bounce that and get their own rebound back to them, you see that at the line sometimes in this circumstance. So that could be, we'll see.
Lovington's shooting woes. I think they're going to try and make it and then pressure, but, we'll see.
Yeah, and Lovington has had, as you said, has had their chances just then on their last offensive possession, and it does bounce off, but getting the rebound is Castro. She brings it down. They trail by 1, 30 seconds left. A pass in the lane to Salcido. She puts up a shot. It's stolen away, but then loses a handle. It's on the floor. The ball rolls out. We're going to see.
They're going to say it goes out.
A jump ball.
They're
going to say
Lovington ball.
And Lovington has the possession arrow. And there's a Ruidoso player still down on her face on the court as there was a fight. That ball rolled, and that was Morgan coming up slowly, but she gets up as Castro lost the handle on the ball and had passed it to Salcido, and now there's going to be a timeout taken, and I believe that's
Coach
Scott taking his very last timeout of the game with 21.73 seconds left on the clock. It's 43-42, Ruidoso leading, but Lovington has possession of the ball. They will get to inbound it right underneath their basket.
I think they need to try and find a way to get it into Erlyn Salcedo. She's been playing very well in the low post. She's had her opportunity. She's got a double-double tonight, 14 points, 11 rebounds, but she missed some point-blank shots last time, but she's been the most effective Lady Cat, especially down low. If they can get it to Erlyn and they can get her in the right position, she's much more comfortable on the right side. Get her on that right side where she can take it and in one motion push it up. I think that'll give Lovington their best chance to score right here.
And then Lovington needs to try to get an offensive, try to get the ball back as soon as they can. If they can score and get the basket, they need to fight for the ball.
And a foul wouldn't be the worst idea as soon as Ruidoso gets it on the inbound, because their free throw shooting has been absolutely atrocious.
Right. So we'll
now
see
they're
what
6 of 15.
We'll see what strategies the coaches have decided. We've talked about it. We're
they're
just
5
announcing.
of 15. So
yep. So they're very, very
5 of 16. I'm gonna learn how to count before the end of this game.
Very, very dismal at the line tonight, but we don't want to jinx it the other way. Castro will inbound the ball just to the right of the Lovington basket. Pressure's on. Lovington trails by 1 with basically 21 seconds left to play. They get it into Buendia. She puts a shot up. It won't fall, but Dominguez with the rebound. She gets it out. Castro's got it midcourt, drives back in from the right side. A three-point attempt up by Buendia. It won't fall, and Ruidoso's got the rebound. And they're going to say, I think they're going to call Buendia with it. Was it Buendia or going to be Salcido with the foul?
Yeah, Salcido.
Salcido, number 30. So she fouls, I believe that it was Chavez. Okay, number
so
20.
Go to the line for 2.
Chavez will go to the line. She has not been to the line yet tonight. This is her first attempt, 43-42. Ruidoso in the lead by 1. This one is up and falls away to the right, so no good. Still Ruidoso with the 1-point lead, and Chavez will get another shot at it. 5 seconds left on the clock now.
And this is a case of Ruidoso needs to make this. That way they force Lovington to shoot the 3.
So pressure's on Chavez. It's up and no good. It's short. And coming up the rebound, Dominguez. Dominguez having fighting across the lines. Gets it to Corral, and the time runs out before Corral can take the shot. And Ruidoso is going to win this one by 1 point, 43-42. Your final score. We'll be back in a couple of minutes and wrap this one up. A loss for Lovington here at Wildcat Gym. More Lovington girls basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com coming up. Welcome back to Lovington Girls Basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle, and Lovington falling in this one just by 1 point. It's always hard to lose by one because you have too many fingers you can point. Almost every girl can say, if only, if I coulda, woulda, shoulda. And Lovington could have won this game, but we'll talk about that here in a moment. Let's recap the scoring for Ruidoso. The leading scorer for the Lady Warriors and for all scorers tonight was Ariana Morgan with 18 points. She had 3 rebounds to go with that. You also had 8 points for Ashley Smith, 3 rebounds, 8 points for Cameron Casadas, and 4 rebounds. You had 4 points for Savannah Mendez, 4 rebounds. Gabby Portillo with 4 points, 2 rebounds. And you had Chavez with 2 points, 5 rebounds. And that is the scoring for Ruidoso. And Lovington, leading scorer for Lovington was Erlyn Salcida with 14 points. She had 11 rebounds to go with that, so she got a double-double tonight. Also, Elizabeth Buendia with 9 points in the game, a couple of rebounds to go with that. Celeste Dominguez actually flipped those. She had 2 points, 9 rebounds. You had Kyra Olivas with 6 points and 7 rebounds. You had Chloe Corral with 5 points, 3 rebounds. Myra Castro with 4 points, 6 rebounds. And Katie Bell with 2 points and 3 rebounds. And as you can hear, the lot of rebounding being done by Lovington all over the place. Some pretty good mixed scoring across the board and some good reboundings. The problem was Lovington could not turn those rebounds and those offensive turnovers into points tonight.
No, they couldn't. Way too many opportunities, too many point-blank shots that just didn't go. It's almost like they were trying to draw a foul instead of finishing through and getting the shot, and they really paid for it. You know, they did double up on Ruidoso in the rebounding category, 42-21 cumulatively in that, but 25 turnovers for the Lady Cats, just way too many. 24 for Ruidoso, so pretty close on that. But when you get that many rebounds, when you out-rebound the other team that much, you really, really got to take better advantage of it than the Lady Cats did tonight.
Yeah, but you can just look at the stats and see exactly where they were weak. Good rebounding, but weak on the floor in terms of shooting, especially from close in. Not a lot of excuses and a lot of turnovers in the paint. As we said, Lady Cats just need to work on some better basics and holding onto the ball, hanging onto the ball, and, of course, making those points instead of giving those away. Ruidoso took advantage of that tonight. They ended up the 1-point victors. Again, much of the game, this was a kind of an anybody's ball game as we got into the third and fourth quarters of this. Hats off to Lovington for not giving up, for fighting, coming back from behind, tying it up, going ahead a couple of times, and ultimately falling, though, to Ruidoso. And they fall to 4-10 with that loss on the season. And as we said, we are going to be back here on Tuesday night. The Lovington boys are on the road playing Los Alamos tomorrow night and then Pewaukee. We are not going to be on the road with them, but we will be back here at Wildcat Gym on Tuesday night. The girls will play at 5:30, followed by the boys at 7 against Carlsbad. So they really need to take advantage of the games in between and the practices to sharpen up because they're going to need it against 5A Carlsbad.
Well, they certainly are. Our pregame will start after the JV game, as you mentioned, around 5:30 for the Lovington Lady Cats here on the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel and the Lovington Sports tab at HobbsAmerica.com. Then we'll roll right in to the Lovington boys. You can watch that in the same spots as well.
So that's going to do it for tonight. We'll wrap things up here at Wildcat Gym and say almost not quite good enough, but Lovington girls are continuing, to show some fight and some improvement. So we'll be looking forward to Tuesday night here. Thank you very much for TJ Miracle. I'm Dawn Morgan. Thank you for watching, listening, and we appreciate the fact that you are following the Lovington girls. Thanks to our sponsors. One more time, Stone Oilfield Services, Eunice Pump and Supply, Lovington Schools, Nowell Pharmacy, Lee County Electric, Lovington Auto Supply, Bob's Thriftway, and First American Bank of Lovington. That's it. Good night, everybody, from Wildcat Gym. We'll see you Tuesday night.